everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, I remember when I first heard John Lennon's song, Imagine. At that time, I was still a Catholic. So when I heard the line, Imagine no religion, I wondered what John Lennon had against religion. I thought that religion was a source of good in the world. What I didn't understand was that as a British citizen, John Lennon was a witness to the Troubles in Ireland, which didn't really get that much coverage here in the US. And what John Lennon was seeing was years of murder, bombings, riots, and carnage that was being wrought by Catholics and Protestants in that country against each other. This kind of thing had been going on for about a century. Catholics and Protestants committing the most vile acts of terrorism against each other. This is why the British handle acts of terrorism with a certain amount of equanimity and aplomb that we don't. Because they're used to it. It's nothing new. It's been going on there for years. And also, they don't necessarily equate terrorism with Islam alone. They understand full well that Christians can be terrorists too. And even though here in the US, Christians were also committing acts of terrorism long before the Muslims got around to it, we tend to associate terrorism with Islam. And so our reaction to the most recent terrorist attacks in Sri Lanka is different than our response to last week's terrorist attacks in Christchurch. We tend to think of that one as an act of a disturbed individual instead of an act of Christian terrorism, which it was. The truth is that as long as religion exists in the world, there will be people who are willing to engage in the most horrific acts in its name, no matter what religion they follow. What's really tragic about that is that these people are committing these acts in the name of lies and fairy tales. I hope that someday religion disappears from the face of the earth, that we have one less religion, one less reason to harm each other. Now that won't totally eliminate acts of terrorism and mass murder. It won't. There will, human beings being what they are, we will always do that. But when religion disappears, that will be a good sign, because it will mean that logic and reason have taken over, and the world will be a lot better place for it. Thanks for listening. Well, I want to thank you all for watching my videos. But there are certain changes that Google has made to YouTube, which, since I'm a smaller channel, means that I can't monetize my videos. So I found places where I can. So instead of watching my videos here on YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you go either to Patreon or to Top Buzz. They let me monetize videos, and I don't even have to put commercials on. So if you want to become a patron on Patreon, that's fine. If you don't, you can still watch the videos there. I've just kind of given up on YouTube. YouTube is just a place that I use so that I can put my videos in other places. So, Patreon, Top Buzz, the links are in the description box. Thanks a lot.